Hey Virgos, it's Robin here with Intuitive Tarot Empath. Welcome to my channel. I hope that you had an amazing summer or winter, depending on what hemisphere you live in. This is your general reading for September 2018. In the event that this does or does not resonate with you, you can go check out the videos for your sun, moon, and or rising signs, so you can get the most amount of information about all the energy surrounding you throughout the end of August, all throughout September, and even into the beginning of October. So for those of you Virgos that are celebrating a September birthday, happy birthday to my beautiful, beautiful Virgos. So I'm going to shuffle the cards with your energy in mind, and then we're going to do a little spread and see what comes up. All right, so what is the energy surrounding Virgos for the month of September? Energy surrounding Virgo for the month of September 2018. Feel free to fast forward through this part if you don't want to watch me shuffle. Alright, so I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to put out these videos. I came home from a trip to Europe and life kind of hit me a little bit hard, so I needed some recoup time, but I've been thinking about you guys and I've been looking forward to doing these videos, so thanks for hanging in there with me. So let's just see. What is the energy? Alright, so I think we have about 3 more shuffles, and then I'm going to pull the cards. Alright. Energy surrounding Virgo for September 2018. Virgo 2018. Virgo, September 2018. Alright, one more shuffle. Yep, that's the one. Alright, so let's see. That one. So we have the Tower in reverse. Not bad. The World is what's crossing you. Let me move that so that you can see this a little better. I'm sorry, my camera is like... sorry for cursing, but my camera is like extra shitty today. I also am missing some blinds, and that's causing the sun to filter through in a way that's making everything just look a little washed out and like unclear. So my biggest apologies for that. So we have the Justice card, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, we have the 4 of Wands in reverse, the 2 of Cups in reverse, the 6 of Wands in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, the 8 of Swords in reverse, and then finally the 10 of Wands in reverse. So what we have here is the Ace of Wands in reverse. So I think that for some of you Virgos, it feels like some of you are waiting on a new opportunity. New opportunities are literally surrounding you in the month of September, and I think that a lot of it is coming from letting go of burdens, letting go of stresses, being done with the things that have been stressing you out to the point of exhaustion, and then having to make changes built around that. But they're good changes. They're things you're emotionally connected to. They're things that you're passionate about. So remember, this is a general reading. I'll try not to harp too much on one specific instance, but obviously this can be in relation to, relationships, partnerships, family relationships, friendships, work, that whole bunch of stuff. So I say that because you have here the 10 of Swords in reverse. So I think many Virgos have been dealing with mental stress, emotional stress, anxieties. This is kind of like the stick, a fork in me. You see all of these different swords in this man's back. There's not really much space to put another sword. He's kind of taken on all of the stress that his body can handle. But the beauty of this card is that the sun always rises and there's always a new opportunity on the horizon. So I think that you guys have gotten to a point where you're like, I'm over it. I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm not dealing with the work stress. I'm not dealing with the relationship stress. And I think that that's why the Tower card came up too. I think that you're in a really great place where you're ready to give of yourself emotionally to something that you're passionate about, someone who you're passionate about, a work situation that you're passionate about. Are you getting my drift here? Done with the stress. That's the theme of September for you, is done with the stress, on to new opportunities. So wands are about things you're passionate about. It's the work you do in the world. Aces are, or cups are about emotional investments. So For a lot of you Virgos, this could be a new relationship on the horizon. For a lot of you Virgos, this could be a new job. But you're surrounded by opportunity is what I'm trying to get at here. So we have here the Tower card in reverse. So I think that a lot of you Virgos have gone through some major changes, maybe even throughout the summer. The summer has been a summer of change for you guys. A lot of things that you built homes upon, and I'm speaking metaphorically here. You built a lot of things on a foundation that wasn't necessarily the most structurally sound. And so things kind of started falling apart. Either it was built of a value system that wasn't sustainable, or it came of a place within you where, like if you're in a relationship and you see that you're maybe putting in a little bit more effort than the person that you're in the relationship with, the value system then becomes, it's okay, I can love you, like I can love this relationship and nurture it enough for the both of us. Not a structurally sound place to build a relationship upon. Or, I think a lot of it is about Virgos taking the brunt of the stress for the people in their lives. And so building relationships or job situations where you then have everything on your back, and that then crumbling this summer, and you guys having to make changes in order to usher in new opportunities because this just doesn't work for you anymore. And I think that here we have the World card saying that the universe is supporting these new changes. It's like the universe coming in and saying, like, don't worry, I'll take care of you. I'll usher in new opportunities. If you want to make those changes, I support you. Like, there are things in place that are... Sorry for the really long pause. I was trying to think of words. Just that the universe is supporting you in your new endeavors, that there's a lot of happiness surrounding you. There's a lot of protection. There's also a lot of people around you who support you. And so if this pertains to a relationship that you built with a person, or, in or out of work, in a personal relationship, or something that's a little less intimate, it's just saying that there are people in your life who love and support you, and they want to see you happy. They want to see the best for you. I think that also there's a feeling of like having to change things in a big way because it just wasn't feeling fair to you anymore. And the minute that you decided to like get up and do your own thing and like change things around, you automatically started feeling like, okay, I should have been doing this the whole time. I should have been taking care of myself the whole time. I should have been listening to my intuition, or moving in the direction that made me feel good, or just this feeling of like the Justice card saying that like finally things are fair. Finally things are balanced. This card is all about balance. It's the Libra card. So it's about righting the wrongs and feeling as though justice is being served on your behalf. And also I feel like that sort is about like cleaving through the bullshit. Like maybe you've been dealing with a lot of people who are like sweet talkers, and you were like, for some of you it could even be about finally recognizing that like, I'm not going to put up with your shit anymore. It's like, we're not doing this way because this no longer works for me, and I'm not, like, if we're hearkening back to this Ten of Swords card, like, there's no more space in my back to stick another sword. And here, it's like you've taken ownership of that last sword. You're like, no, like, F you. Sorry for all the cursing today. I'm just feeling very punchy. All right, so with the Justice card, like I said, there's more. I feel like you're communicating your thoughts more. I feel like maybe there were some of you Virgos who were like keeping it all in and not saying, like, not being honest about the things that were stressing you out. Either you weren't being honest with yourself, or you weren't being honest with the people around you. And that was causing maybe a little bit of unhappiness in the home. I mean, the Four of Wands, no matter if it's upright or in reverse, is still a happy home card. So I think that maybe some of you Virgos were keeping it all in order to keep the peace at home. I think that for some of you Virgos, the displeasure that you felt, or the foundation that was so rocky and unstable, was either causing your home to be unstable, or it was like your home itself was unstable. But it was still like Virgos trying really hard to maintain the facade of a happy home, trying to maintain a happier home. I know I keep repeating myself, and then I listen back to these and I'm like, why do you repeat yourself so much? Stop that. But I think that also, like, there was this feeling of peace restored, fairness restored, and then it was about getting your home in order, writing, getting everything back on track. Because I think that this stress was really, really far-reaching. So it could be, if we're talking about a general reading here, you can follow me on this. Stress in a relationship obviously causes an unhappy home. People spend so much time at work that you can see your job as a second home. So just having like displeasure within a home that you created for yourself, whether it's in work or relationship, but feeling as though it's restored is the general gist of that. So we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. And the Knight of Swords in reverse is saying that I think a lot of you Virgos are moving toward the future with a rational mind and a ton of passion and gusto, because where he lies in the reading, he's going to the future. You can see the fire under his feet. We know that if you watch enough of these videos, you know that swords represent air signs, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And so they're all about logic, they're about your mind, they're about the way you think, they're about the way you communicate your thoughts. So I think that it was like, you held it in for so long, and then all of a sudden it was like, here it all comes out into the future, and you are moving ahead into the future with gusto. You are excited, you are passionate. I really feel like there's a fire under you, and it's not necessarily that you're breaking things off with someone or you're disconnecting from a situation, but I think it's more that you're being honest with yourself and the people around you about the things that you want and need in order to live a happy life or in order to maintain a more stable home. For some of you, it will be a walking away. We have here the Two of Cups in reverse. So for some of you, this could be the breakup, this could be the walking away from a job, but I feel like for a lot of you, this is about working with a partner. Once again, I'm trying to keep it general, so, take this as you will. Working with a partner in order to restore relationships. So this is about communicating. This is communicating your thoughts and feelings. This is about having the connection with a person. This is about restoring order and restoring balance. I think that for some of you, there might be this feeling of that you're slow to be victorious with the communication. I think that the problem is that you have been one way for so long in trying to keep things together and be the one who takes everybody's burdens and be the one who kind of like pushes the home and pushes the happiness, and like, you guys are the ones that, it's okay. I'll take all the burdens. I'll take all the burdens and I'll be the one to do it all myself. And so I think that once people see that you're changing, or you communicate with the person who you've been taking all the burdens from, I think that it's going to be a little bit hard for them to see you in this new skin you're in. Like, as you're transitioning, it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to get on board, because, they liked the way things were. It was comfortable for them. You went out of your way to make it comfortable for them, in fact. And so your change means that their daily life gets upset. And so that makes you like the reason why you're slow to find victory is because you feel bad. You want to take care of this person. You want to, if it's easier for me to just go back to the way things were, then, fine, but I can't do that. And so it's like the victory that you're slow to find is the victory that sees you coming into your own and really owning this new phase of your life. And I think that you get extremely empowered by finally voicing your opinion and changing things up. And in fact, the Virgo card, the Hermit card, it's the end of this phase. It's the end of the phase of feeling as though you're alone. I think that also you're going to have a lot of people around you who are supporting you, who are on board with the new way of doing things. But I think that there's going to be one person who gives you a little bit of trouble. But I think that in being able to voice your opinion, it's like you are giving no shits. Like, excuse what I'm about to say, but like, you give zero fucks. You were like, oh my God, this was so empowering. I did it myself. I found it within myself. And now, like, what else can I do? So you're moving into the future with this empowerment, with this enlightenment, with this, like, with this new heart, with this new mind, with this new way of communicating. And it's like, what can I do? What else can I change? Like, how can I move into the future with this, like, this new found voice? It's great. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. And I think that you have a lot of success because in being able to voice your opinions to people, voice your needs to people, you had been feeling a little stuck for a while. Maybe even throughout the month of August, you had been feeling a little bit stuck because maybe there were people who weren't necessarily getting on board, but now you're voicing your opinions. You're not stuck within yourself anymore. This is the card of someone who feels like they have no options. They can't move forward. They have no voice. They can't even see what's in front of them. And really what this card comes down to is saying that, like, the power is within you. Like, you are the one that held yourself back from moving forward. And now you are moving forward with so much vigor. You're not stuck anymore. And that's a beautiful feeling. And in fact, you start giving away the burdens to all the people who you took them from. Here, you can have back your stress, and you can have back your anxiety, and you can have back your burden, and like, why don't you take this project? This is the end of a phase for you and the beginning of a new one. It's putting down other people's burdens and trusting that they can deal with their shit themselves. Trust that people know how to deal with their own stuff. Virgo, you are not doing anybody a service by taking away people's ability to learn how to deal with themselves or deal with their own responsibilities. So, Virgo, it's beautiful. You're no longer stuck. You are, and I think that a lot of you, I don't necessarily see you like walking away from something. It's not even like, oh, you're going to break up this month, or, oh, you're going to get, like you're walking away from a job this month. I think that Virgo in September is working on rebuilding what they already have, but doing it in a way that's stronger. So like obviously, because this is life, there could be walking away from a job, there could be walking away from a relationship. But for many of you Virgos, I really do see you working on something that you're already in. A friendship. I want to see what's going on with that Two of Cups in reverse. A friendship, a relationship, a job. It's you talking with your boss. It's you talking with your coworker. Excuse me, you talking with your coworkers. So it's building what's already been built. Yeah. So the first card that came out, I'm looking at the clarifying cards, is the Bear. So this is the card of autumn. You can see in the background all the foliage. It's also a 1, so this is a new beginning. Like I said, this is you asserting yourself. This is you saying, like, I'm not taking your burdens anymore. I'm not doing this. Interesting. Okay, so I need one more card. Just the one. Just the one more. Oh, we got 2 more. All right, boo. All right, so here is what's so great. All right, so what we have here is the Bear, as I was saying before. So it's a 1, so it's a new beginning. I really think that that has to do with, like, the new beginning within you, giving people back all their stuff. You're in a new phase. You know, the Bear is about luck. It can represent your partner. I think that maybe this is somebody who even, like, when you think about the significance of bears, I think that this could even be somebody who, even though they're, like, the Bear card in this particular deck represents somebody who's loyal, somebody who's honest, somebody who's lucky, like a good, solid partner. I think that it's also somebody who can be kind of intimidating. And so somebody who you perceive as having like a little bit more power than you do, either mentally, physically, financially, in whatever way somebody can hold power over another person. And so I think that a lot of what held you back from speaking your mind to this person was being a little bit intimidated by how they would react to what it was that you had to say. But I think that you also realized that you had a decision to make. The Two of Cups is also a decision. It's a, I'm just going to repeat myself, like stuttering and stumbling over my words so that I can just come up with the same word that I said before. I think that there was a decision that you had to make in terms of like, how am I going to proceed forward? We can keep going the way that we were going and I can continue being miserable, or I can speak my mind and try to make changes for myself in order to make my life happier. We have here the book card, which is about secrets. It's about enlightenment. You'll notice that it very much looks like the Hermit card. Very similar in that. I think that for Virgos, you've been doing a lot of soul searching. And I think that you have been keeping, you've been keeping from the people that you need to talk to these things about all of the things that have been going on in your mind or in your heart. You've been really keeping that in the dark from them. But I think that you've been sitting on it, and look at that ram there. Rams are strong. They're not going to put up with someone's bullshit. And I think that also you needed to have some time to put yourself in order mentally and emotionally so that you could really come at that person and not be intimidated. I think that the work that you've been doing internally has been to like really, really strengthen yourself, because you wanted to come into a conversation with that person who intimidated you in a way that that you were their equal. And I think that that's where you are. And I mean, that even shows up in the Two of Cups. These two people are equals. One is not stronger than the other. And together as a unit, they are strong. And I think that this represents either you or the person that you're dealing with. This usually, in this particular deck, this usually represents a partner of some sort. So this could be a boss, this could be a love interest. But I think that this shows just the representation of the person that you're dealing with. Somebody who you're having the conversation with. All right, let's see. One more card. This is the card of advice. All right. So let's see. It's the Guardian Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. One more card. That's the card of advice for Virgo. Oh, that happened quick. All right, so 7 of Action. This is what the card looks like. No. Ugh. Of course, my cat wants to come over here and like chew on my tarot cards. All right, so the 7 of Action says, you're being called upon to claim your personal power. That's what we've been talking about for this entire reading. That's what this month is about for you, claiming your personal power. Feel confident as your angels will give you the strength to say no when it's the right thing to do for yourself. Your struggle may actually stem from an unresolved inner conflict rather than a conflict with others. Oh my God, come on now. That's everything that we've been talking about. This September is about claiming your personal power. It never ceases to amaze me. All right, so there's a little book that goes along with this. So let me find the 7 of Action. So the 7 of Action is the equivalent of the 7 of Wands in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. Why is this like missing in this book? All right, here it is. So the 7 of Action says, there are times when it's crucial to take a stand. It could be that you're being called to claim your personal power and to be an advocate for your principles. You'll know in your heart if this is one of those times or if this is a battle that simply isn't worth fighting. Listen to your guidance and ask your angels for courage and fortitude. Don't let your fears get between you and doing what you know is right. If you find yourself being challenged, stand back and take a moment to review the situation objectively. Is this really a problem with another person, or are you experiencing a reflection of your own inner struggles? Perhaps heaven is providing you with an opportunity to be freed of old personal conflicts that are holding you back. Additional meanings of this card: strength in adversity, never giving up, saying no when you should, having the courage of your convictions, and knowing that you're right. Impeccable character. Virgos, what did I tell you? This entire reading is about owning your personal power and about telling the people that deserve to be told to either F off or to get it together because there's a new regime. I don't know that that's the correct way of saying any of those things, and as I'm saying them, they sound kind of strange coming out of my mouth, but I trust that you all know what I mean, and I think that September is going to be a beautiful time for all of you. I think it's about really asking yourself, what is it that I struggle with? How do I get over those conflicts? And how do I move forward for a happier life? And I'm super excited for all of you Virgos. So I'm going to be so mad at all of you if you do not email me with your stories of how this is all keeping up. I'm going to be so mad at you if you do not comment in the comment section below, letting me know how your September goes, how your summer has been, all of that good stuff. I hope that you guys have an amazing birthday. If you enjoyed this reading as much as I enjoyed doing this reading for you and you'd like to book a reading, you can check out my website at www.intuitivetarotempath.com, or you can email me just to let me know how things are, how your life is, and how all this is shaking out in September at intuitivetarotempath@gmail.com. I enjoyed doing this for you so much. I hope that you slide into fall in the nicest of ways, and I will see you guys in October. Bye.